Hello, Louisiana Beer Reviews. We're doing a blind taste test on David's part. He's joining me again. Now, you never had this beer. I got one bottle left after this.
I've never had this beer.
Well, maybe you have.
Okay.
I'm saying that. It's 5% alcohol and it uses.
So what you're saying, we've never shared this beer together?
No.
Okay.
It's 5% alcohol and it uses no corn, no rice. So it's water, barley, malt, hops, and yeast.
Foreign and domestic.
Oh, you want a third clue? It's
Foreign and domestic. No corn, no rice.
no corn or rice. They use red malt, obviously. It's called Voyager malt. Don't know the hop variety. I can't remember. I think it's it might be on the bottle. Hop varieties. It's 5% alcohol. I think the calories like 161.
Okay. I have not tasted this, but just judging by the clues that you gave me, I'd say this is new Budweiser.
Too many clues. All right.
You said bottle, and then and then you said a couple of things, but the main thing was the 5%. When you told me it was 5%, I knew that the new Budweiser was 5%.
Oh, so you had read about it. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the aroma?
It's good. It kind of looks like Modelo Negro a little bit. Oddly enough, we're drinking out of those glasses, and
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's Negro Modelo or Modelo Negro.
They changed the name.
Yeah.
Modelo Negra, but that one's more brown. This was more amber.
Yeah, this is kind of like an amber, almost like an orange. Oh, no, it's a true amber. It looks like.
Yeah. There's a Modelo amber.
A little bit of an orange going on with it, so it could be amber, it could be red, it could be you know. Nowadays they like to stick IPA on everything,
Red IPAs.
Right.
We never did. I used to
It's
think,
like, oh wow, we need to sell this beer. Let's stick IPA on it. They'll buy it.
then that kind of died out. And remember they had the black IPAs. Black pale ale makes sense.
Yeah. Who made one that was pretty decent? I think it was the Sierra Nevada people made one.
That was the one I didn't really care for.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
And Santa Fe.
That was a good one.
Yeah, we don't get that beer anymore.
We started liking it too much, so they said, don't sell it to Louisiana.
Yeah, their coffee style was really good.
Yeah, no Santa Fe beer for you.
Yeah, it was like you were drinking it, and because of the caffeine and you were like freebasing the alcohol, you were like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. So you could only have one or two of those, because I think those were running around 8. It's like a deal. You could get a whole 6-pack of those. They were in a can. I think it's like $9 or something. They were fantastic.
I love Santa Fe beers. Well, the body here is kind of heavy, like high, medium, and the finish is kind of.
It does have. It kind of lingers a little bit on the tongue, so it's almost like there's a sweet candiness going on with it. It's not a bad beer. It's not something I want to drink all the time. It's no Miller High Life, but hey, it is different.
So it's just one they're going to run this summer, and then they'll come out with another one. They've been running. You didn't like their Jim Beam barrel?
Well, no, back in the day, they used to do those series, and they had competitions between the brewmasters. And I don't know if that was because they wanted to test these guys, see what kind of beers they'd make. But I do remember buying those. That was probably about 10 years ago. Those were coming out. Those were pretty good. And then before that, we could get the Michelobes. It came in a little pack, and you got 10 bottles and 2 Pilsner glasses. Yes. So that was nice.
Kind of like Explorer's pack.
Yeah, that's where those Michelob Pilsner glasses I have came from.
And you're thinking of that Budweiser, it was kind of like the Budweiser Reserve series.
I think so.
They had a competition, yeah. And they had a second one that came out, and I went to Zupardo's and got it, and then it just disappeared. It was only out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I remember picking that one up. I picked it up at the Rouse's on Veterans, near that Acme Oyster House area. And I was able to get that, and just like you said, I went back, and boom, it was gone.
Never showed up again.
No. But those are good beers. It's funny how they make a good beer. They, meaning it could be any beer company, make a good beer, and then everyone gets on board, and then it seems to either change to be not as good, or they just remove it and put some cheap out there.
Like the Busch Signature Copper Lager, I loved. They did
I wouldn't
nothing
use the word love, but it was uniquely different. It did put a little twist on a lower end, basically Bud Light. I mean, that's what Busch is. It's just a different kind
like a
of
cheap,
Bud Light, yeah.
cheap Anheuser-Busch.
And so it did, yeah, it did put a different angle on it. So it was enjoyable. You know, just like this, it's just a cranked up, different Budweiser style without that wood taste in it.
So what would you score it?
It's kind of very desserty to me because it's so sweet. Not a huge fan of sweet beers. I'd say overall, the way it's designed, the way it's made, it's put together really well. It's clear, thank you. We can see through it. And it's filtered, thank you again. So my filters don't get clogged up. I'd give it like a solid B.
Okay, so about an 85.
To a B plus.
It's like about 87.
And that's just because I don't like it being sweet, and so I feel like it should have been, maybe they should have put a little bit more hops in it or something to make it a little stronger flavor as opposed to sweetness.
Okay, so a little too malty for you. Malty sweet.
Yeah.
You're saying 87, something like that. I'm saying probably about 93, but maybe I like that kind of taste. Years ago, I didn't like red beers. Like when I first tried them, they were like,
Well, let's think about a red beer that would be better than this. That's always out there.
George Killian's Irish Red.
Gilligan's Red. Yeah.
You would prefer that over this?
It's creamy. This is not. This is sweet. That's more balanced. This one is. I can taste it. It's something's not jiving with me as far as the sweetness, and I'm getting like a little bitter note at the end. But it's just sweet. It's like sugar sweet.
And I was kind of tempted to try to do a taste challenge between the George Killian's Irish Red and this, but
Oh, I can taste the difference.
I probably
I
won't
know
do
what
it.
the Killigan's is because it's got that. It's almost like that cream ale-ness to it.
and it's a little more brown than this one, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but anyway, so that we both like it. It's just different
it's not
levels
horrible beer. It's just
different levels of
Yeah.
like.
right.
Well, if you gave it a B to B plus, that's certainly not horrible. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, bon temps relay. We're going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.
Before we get washed away.